Hello friends, Mario Bevilacqua coming to you from my hometown, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You're going to have to excuse the beard here. Gets a little cold out. It's kind of my sign to head to warmer climates, if you know what I mean. Today's topic, guys, we got accountability. And what do I mean by that? Accountability. If you are a golf professional or someone that gets paid for services on golf information, either you're a teacher, you're a commentator, a broadcaster, local newspaper guy, what's required of you, what should you basically know that you have to know in order to give good sound golf advice? Now, I've assembled 10 very simple questions that we overlook every day when we're around golf, and they're so simple that we overlook them because we take them for granted. They happen all the time, or don't happen all the time, and we just let it go. So this video is designed for you, the viewer. So if you're a pro, I want you to go through this video and think to yourself, okay, how well can I answer these questions if a student asks me? Does the information from these questions, does it help my student, hurt my student? You know, how am I doing here on a checks and balances scale? And also, if you're a viewer, you're a regular golfer, an amateur here, this video for you is going to be for not only your own golf IQ to see where you're at, but more importantly, maybe you take these questions to your pro and you see what answers you get. You might want to use this as a checkpoint to see whether your pro is really acceptable for you to help your game improve, and to see if they're able to put you on a course of action to actually help cure your problems or your game overall. Maybe you're just starting, maybe you want to fine-tune a little bit. Regardless, all these questions apply. So, here we go. Without further ado, numero uno, number one. When the golf club hits the golf ball, okay, what's required for the ball to go up in the air? We see it every single day, people hitting shots. Maybe you're somebody that can't hit the ball in the air, and you go to your local pro and you want help on, hey, Joe Blow, can you help me get this ball in the air? You know, maybe you're a pro and you haven't thought about this physically, like, what, you know, do I have to hit down more? What really is it that makes the ball go that way? Number two, in a properly struck golf shot, when you strike ball first, then take some turf, just like all the great number one players, you know, top players in the world on tour, what does the divot tell you? I've heard commonly it shows you your path, or it shows you your angle of attack. There's some information out there on it, but what does, you know, what's your divot really do? So if you're practicing, maybe you watch your friend's divot, or you're the pro and you watch your student's divot, maybe it tells you something, maybe it doesn't. There's a good question for you. That's number two. Number three. What primarily determines the starting direction of the golf ball? I've heard it's been path. Maybe it's something other than that. It's kind of important that you know that starting direction, because if you, the pro, or you, the student, don't know what's starting your golf ball in the direction it's going, you have no way of diagnosing the problem. What to fix next? Maybe I should. Maybe you're trying to fix something that shouldn't be fixed at all and is just fine, but you're toying with it anyway because of how you think things should happen. So that's number three. What primarily, not exactly, primarily determines a starting direction of the golf ball. Number four. Can you actually compress a ball? Can you compress a golf ball? We see it on TV, you know, the commentators say, man, look how well Tiger really compressed that 5-iron and hit it, you know, 230 or whatever he hits it. You know, can you really compress a ball? Number five. Why is it easier to curve a 4-iron versus a sand wedge? So we see it every day. Sometimes with better players, you know, that are trying to actually curve a shot into a hole, or maybe you're just an average player, and you know that your 9-iron or your sand wedge or your higher lofted clubs don't curve as much as your 5-iron or 7. So if you need to hit it straighter for some reason, you might actually club down. You know, why does that happen? It's pretty common. I've heard some pros give some very interesting answers. Number 6. So now we're going to move a little short game, a little putting here. What makes a golf ball break? Is it Lake Merced? Is it Rays Creek at the Masters? What's making the ball move the direction it's going? Is it the green itself? Is it speed? Is it the how the architects built the ground? What do we got there? Number 7. It's a big topic. Maybe you better players, you might want to hear this one. How do you increase backspin on, say, a sand wedge or a shot? What has to happen in order for the backspin to increase? I'm not talking about what somebody told you in a magazine. I'm talking about what has to happen between the club and the ball to make the spin increase, regardless of who's hitting it. Number 8. Little, golf. If you're a beginner golfer and you start reading some magazines, you want to hear what you should do to start. So you hear your grip, you hear posture. Let me see what else we got. We got some stance, we got alignment, ball position. Should you start with these? So my question is if you look at any PGA Tour range, you look in the Hall of Fame, almost every person has a different style of grip, either how their hands are turned on the club, whether they're baseball style or interlocked, overlapped. The grips are different styles. Some of them stand open to the target, some of them stand closed. Some have really narrow stances, some have really wide stances. Some stand really tall, some stand a little more slouched over. Some play the ball position back, some play the ball position forward. So we have all these differences in the things that are said, quote unquote, to be fundamental. So if all the best players are doing these different, how are they fundamental, or why should you start with these? Because there's clearly doing something else other than these commonly talked about things. What's fundamental about a grip? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you need to hold it. That's fundamental about it. So my point is why are these things considered fundamentals if everybody's doing them differently? I don't know. Maybe ask your pro. See what they say. Number 9. This is a little more advanced. Throw an advanced question in there. It's still fairly simple. Still very simple. At what point during the swing do the hands reach their lowest point? Is it at impact? Is it before impact? Is it past impact? That's an important thing for you to understand, because if you're somebody that digs beaver pelts and takes humongous divots, or you're somebody that don't take any divot at all, that's something that you should be concerned about. Is where should my hands be before I hit this ball, while I hit this ball, after I hit this ball? Where do your hands reach your lowest point? Maybe you're a golf pro and you go, I never really thought about this question. Where do the hands actually go? Some say they actually have to keep going down into the ground, into past impact. Some say they got to move up. I don't know. I'm asking you. Number 10. All things being equal. What radars have shown us, common 3D radar technology, is that all things being equal, a driver that is hit with an upward attack angle will hit the ball significantly further than one going down. A lot of club companies will say high launch, low spin. So why does hitting up actually make the ball go further? That's another good one. I mean, I hear it every day in a Golf Galaxy, a Golfsmith, at your local course when you're going through a club fitting. So I'm going to review these really quick. See what we got here. Number 1, what has to happen in order for the golf ball to go in the air? The ball hits it. Number 2, what does the divot tell you? Number 3, what primarily determines the starting direction of a golf shot? Number 4, can a golf ball actually be compressed? Number 5, why is it easier to curve a 4-iron than a sand wedge? Number 6, what causes a golf ball to break on a putting green? Number 7, how do you increase backspin? How do you make the ball spin more? Number 8, How's the grip, posture, stance, alignment, ball position? All these things supposedly fundamentals, when all the best players do them differently. Number 9, at what point in the swing do your hands reach your lowest point? Not the club, the hands now. Number 10, why does a golf ball go further when you swing up versus down? All things being equal. Guys, it's been a pleasure giving you these 10 questions. Hope you think about them. Hope you, if you're a pro, I really hope you take these to your noggin a little bit and think and be like, man, how well can I actually answer these? If you're an average viewer, I want you to take these questions, maybe bring this to your local pro, and see where they're at. If you guys have any questions about it, want to hear maybe some answers, they'll be coming soon. Shoot me a message, mabgolf@gmail.com. You can send me a message here on YouTube. You can also send me a text or call if you have my number. Hope all is well, guys. Hope you all had good holidays. Talk to you soon.